Hey, good morning. We are at the Grandfather Mountain State Park, where we're gonna do what?
Hike the Grandfather Trail.
Yes, up to Calloway Peak. So we've got 1,600 feet of elevation in front of us. It's only about 4.5 miles round trip, but the kids are in Greenville with my parents, and so we can get away and actually try something hard. Ready to do
It says it'll be strenuous with lots of ladders and cables. So
Yes, it'll be fun.
It'll be fun.
Let's do it. Okay, so we took the Grandfather Mountain extension from the parking lot to join up with the Grandfather Trail, which we're on now. We've got only 0.6 to MacRae Peak, but that's where we're going to be essentially going straight up some rock faces. And they have ladders bolted into the rocks and cables as well. We've never been here, so we've only read about it, but we've been told this is the closest thing in the south to the Appalachian Trail in Maine. So in terms of the rock scrambling. First look at MacRae Peak. That's where we're headed. Just popped out of the woods. The trail goes across this little boulder scramble. Whoop!
All right, came to the first cable of the day.
If they stay like this, we'll be all right.
Yep.
Just got eyes on our first ladder. From what we've heard, there are like 9 of these maybe. This one doesn't look too steep, but there are quite a few, or several anyway, that are straight up. This is ladder number 2. Hey!
Make sure I don't hit my hand.
Yeah. That ledge isn't quite as low, but it's still low. Nicely done. Starting to get some views.
Up and away. How's it feel up there?
The air's a little thinner. Whew. You the king of the world?
Spider monkey.
Can't complain about the view. Or the fact that we are the only 2 around right now. David just pointed out that from the top of that multi-ladder scramble, we can see the mile-high swinging bridge, which we plan to go by on our way back to the car. This is just to the left of me while I'm climbing up. Not too shabby. Final ascent in terms of ladders.
It's so bouncy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, a couple of the ladders are a little creaky. It makes you nervous when you're on them. All right. You got it.
Yep.
Here we go. Oh, wow. Let's get up to the very tip top. You guys, it's gorgeous. Trying to keep it on the rock until we get up there. Officially at the peak. Oh, wow. The parkway looks like over there.
Yep.
Beautiful. So we've still got a little ways to go with some other awesome peaks, but just for perspective, we drove in on that road and parked just shy of that, let's see, just shy of that building. You can see the bridge there. And then we climbed up and up and up and up to get here to MacRae. Next is attic window. There's a part of the Appalachian Trail in New England called Mahoosic Notch, where you're just climbing through boulders. This is a very, very, very teeny tiny example of what it might look like here in Grandfather Mountain. Hold it up there. We just came from way down there, climbing up this boulder scramble up to attic window. So it turns out attic window may just be a campsite. But nice to be on flat ground for a second. All right, continuing on Grandfather Trail. Just came out on another opening and David was noticing how all the trees are blown in one direction, which implies some pretty high winds that we can get up here. So we've got a view of the end of the trail. We're making our way to this pointier side called Watauga View, I believe. And then the rounded area there, it's what was it, Calloway?
Calloway.
Yeah, Calloway Peak. So it doesn't look like it's less than a mile away, but apparently it is less than a mile away around. As we were going up some of the climbs, the scrambles, and even the ladders, couldn't help but think about going back down all of those on the way back, since this is an out and back trail. We are going to detour at the end and take a separate trail that will run us by the Mile High swinging bridge. Almost there. So we're gonna do Watauga first and then Calloway. Sounds like we're not gonna be alone, but that's okay. We've been alone all morning. So about time we had to share the space. Tight trail. This is the view from Watauga View. Could not have asked for a prettier day. We're looking in the direction of the town of Linville. And then the hotel we kept seeing was part of Sugar Mountain Ski Resort. You can see the ski run kind of in the middle of the screen. So we're gonna head over to Calloway Peak, have a snack, and then start the trek back. Oh yeah. Interesting pine cones on that tree. But we are up on Calloway Peak. Ooh, and the clouds are rolling in.
Yep.
Glad we got the views when we did. So we traversed that ridge up and over MacRae Peak over there into the other side, down towards Grandfather Mountain. Pretty cool. So we've eaten snacks, saw some other people at the top. We got to hang out and chat for a little bit, which is fun. And now we're on our way back down. It's gonna be a lot harder to get videos because while we were by ourselves on the way up, or out rather, to Calloway Peak, almost the whole way, we've seen group after group after group as we've started our return trip. So we'll see how much we're able to capture of the trek back, and then may not get too much video, and then restart it when we get on the Underwood trail, which is kind of like it's a side trail that avoids most of the ladders, because apparently those get pretty backed up, because it's like a bottleneck right there at the base of the ladders or at the top of the ladders, depending, since they're one person at a time. So we'll be back probably around the Underwood trail. Had to hop back on video because we got to the descent down Attic's window. This was a crazy rock scramble up, and now it is time to go down. Phone is going away though. All right, made it to the Underwood trail, turn off. We probably passed, well now I don't know, 30 people? I don't know. Something like that.
Getting more busy.
Definitely getting busier. So instead of going back the way we came in with all the cables and ladders that are probably now gonna be bottlenecking, we're gonna go the Underwood trail around.
You want the high road or the low road?
Low road. And go see the swinging bridge. Let's do it. Another beautiful view and another ladder, except for this one. David's saying maybe the longest one. Oh yeah. Steep too. We were just commenting on how impressive it is that they were able to get these ladders so secure into the rocks, because they really don't move at all. Like there's no wobbling. So we're hiking under, or kind of around, MacRae Peak, and the trail is on all of the big rocks and boulders that have broken off of the peak. So we came from over there. You can see the ladder across this boulder field. Pretty crazy to think of these rocks falling off the mountain. Well, didn't film much of Underwood. We're almost done with it. It was very rocky, quite steep, and a lot of having to use our hands to traverse. Ended up falling, which I'm fine, but like landed with my shin on a rock, so that did not feel great. But yeah, so we are rejoining the Grandfather Trail now. We're gonna head over to the swinging bridge. Nothing like the shock to your system of coming out of the woods to a parking lot and visitor center with all the visitors. As we've gotten closer, we've seen more and more people on trail headed the opposite direction we are, of course, but in like jeans and flip-flops, and I don't think they're gonna make it very far. Time for the bridge. We'll head down there. Only 0.4.
Yep.
Climbing up the stairs. David's gonna run up the stairs. Okay.
Come on.
trail to get rocky outcropping views instead of right here beside the visitor center. David was saying it looks like ants on a log. Kind of does. So many people. And this bridge is a swaying. I don't know if you can actually tell on video. A little bit. Definitely swinging. So we gotta take the bridge trail back to our car. One of the park rangers told us that this trail just dreams of being the Underwood. It's nothing like it. Thank goodness. Our ankles are pretty tired. We're thankful this one won't be too bad. Heading back down to the parking lot. Now we're under the bridge. You can see these massive springs holding everything. Oh my goodness. Whew. Back to the parking lot. What time is it? It's almost 1 o'clock. So it took us 4.5 hours. Not even sure what our total distance is, but probably with the added on stuff, maybe 5 miles?
Maybe.
Yeah. Tell me about Grandfather Mountain.
Grandfather Mountain Trail was pretty awesome. If you get a chance, I'd highly recommend it because it's unlike any other terrain in North Carolina, really.
Yeah.
Rock scrambles, ladders, cables to go up some pretty steep inclines, but I look forward to taking the kids on it one day, and if you have an opportunity, definitely do it.
It was what?
Obviously weather dependent, but
5-mile loop that we did.
yeah, it took us a little under 4 hours.
4.5.
4.5.
Yeah, total. With all the scrambles.
All in all, a good workout too.
Yeah. All right, well now we're in Linville Gorge, so we're gonna go explore here. Y'all have a great day. So we added a bonus hike up to Hawksbill Mountain. And this is looking out over Linville Gorge. You can see like the river down there. We're looking at doing a 40-mile loop through Linville Gorge with the kids. But the biggest barrier is the river crossing. This is just gorgeous.